The Prime Television Black Opal Preview.
Stand by. Prime up camera 3.
Be at Canberra, Sunday, the 19th of February, for the Prime Television Black Opal Preview meeting.
Well, what excitement yesterday, particularly at Sandown with the Ore Stakes. And in the last 2 weeks, we've seen Hariba absolutely brilliant at Flemington and Jern brilliant at Sandown. And suddenly, Keith Hillier, there is some excitement in the weight for age ranks. We've all been pretty critical of what I thought was an ordinary spring weight for age-wise. This has turned it around.
Well, absolutely. We've got Hariba, of course, Bruce, and yesterday, Jern emerged as surely he's going to be the weight for age star of the autumn, probably the weight for age star for a couple of seasons to come. His win yesterday in the Ore Stakes was one of the most authoritative I've seen in high class for years.
I tell you what, Max, good to see you again. And one of the interesting things about Jern, like Better Loosen Up, he seems to have come back from Japan better. A lot of horses go to Japan and struggle. Not this fellow.
Gentlemen, you're getting carried away again. That, of course, was Jern at his best, and I do congratulate David Hayes in getting the best out of this English bull. But will he be able to keep him there? That is the question. As you pointed out, an outstanding performance yesterday. I'm not taking anything away from Jern yesterday, but Jern can put in a bad one.
Well, the last horse out of the stalls there in the blue and in the corner of the screen is Jern.
That's his
From
game.
then on, he continues to make ground and finishes up winning the Ore Stakes in course record time 121.1. He lopes along early. He's not doing anything eye-catching until the 300 metres. Watch for him at the 300-metre mark. He's on the inside of his Melbourne Cup runner-up Paris Lane, and then he explodes.
Keith, I thought
he is stunning in the last 300 metres.
It is exciting. I thought Scalacci lost his chance to win by not leading. He won at Futurity by leading over 1400. He just didn't get a lot of galloping room. I'm not saying he would have beaten June, but I think for him to win, he had to lead yesterday.
Lost his chance to run second, I'd say, Bruce, because nothing would have beaten June yesterday.
But they're going along in front, gentlemen, aren't they? Look at Scalacci's getting a cosy run there. Like, it just can't be put on for him. He's having a nice loaf there.
Sure, but he does have trouble getting room. Hurricane Sky, a good run here through there, but this is where, I mean, to see a
the
quality
yellow
horse.
cap back about 8th is Paris Lane. The blue colours on his inside is Jern. He's side on a bit here. Now he gets out, and all of a sudden, he makes the others look like little leaguers. I've not seen a horse really, Max, go past top-class gallopers so quickly. Look at those giant strides. He runs the last 200 metres in 10.6 seconds.
Yeah, oh no, that is an outstanding performance, and I think we should pay credit too to Wayne Harris, because obviously Wayne brings the best out in this horse, and that was the best yesterday.
You know, the last 11 Group 1 races in Victoria, Hayes and Freeman have won 8 of the last 11, and since the Derby, David Hayes has won 4 of the 8 Group 1 races in Victoria.
Right. Max, your comment about Jern's inconsistency, I think, is a little unfair. He's had 8 wins, 12 minor placings from only 27 starts.
Oh, gee, was consistent in the Cox Plate, Keith.
Oh, it's the only, Max, it's the only run. You go through his runs in the spring. Underwood Stakes, he was outstanding. He was unlucky in the Caulfield Stakes. McKinnon Stakes, outstanding. Melbourne Cup, he ran
Beaten
a
by whom in the McKinnon Stakes?
Paris Lane.
Yeah,
He got a rails run where the inside was superior, should have won. Went to Japan, ran his heart out. You're a tough marker, Max.
No, I tipped him in the Japan Cup, and I thought there was plenty of run merit in the performance.
Max, you didn't tip him yesterday. You tipped Paris Lane. You're not talking through your pocket, are you?
Yes, you bring that up. But, Bruce, I'd just like to point out, yesterday he was in good form. Perhaps from here on in, he will remain consistent. I hope that is the case. But I do think Paris Lane will improve on yesterday. I just get the feeling that Lee Friedman is giving this stayer a good foundation, and I don't think he's been 100% wound up as yet.
I think you're right there, Max, because had it not been for Jern, then we would have been satisfied with Paris Lane's run where he
You don't
finished
want to
sixth.
back Paris Lane to beat Jern next start, do you?
Oh, no way. Nothing will beat Jern next
Do you,
start if
Max?
he reproduces that
Of
run.
course. You poor clowns. You'll be laying odds on. The horse will come out of the barriers 5 lengths last, and there'll be Paris Lane sitting in the box seat at about 5 to 1. Sure, I want to back Paris Lane
I
at
tell you
those
what,
odds.
I want one proviso with you. I'll back Jern to beat Paris Lane as long as Jern doesn't get horny before the race. That's why he got beaten in the Cox Plate. Let's go to St Covert. Let's go to St Covert winning yesterday. Wayne Harris again. This was a good run. In fact, he was compared with Vo Rogue. Gary Finnessy compared this horse with Vo Rogue yesterday, Keith, after the event.
It was a great run because, as you can see, he's getting no peace. That's St Covert in front on the rails, but Del Sol is serving it up to him. He shakes off Del Sol. It's less...
Where's Max's champion, by the way, Keith?
Coming down the outside, the grey, coming down the outside now, running a very good race. It seems to be the day for extravagant statements down there. Another Vo Rogue. Now, this is a very gutsy, a very good performance by a very good racehorse. Another Vo Rogue, though, he ain't.
He's pretty good, and what a hand David Hayes will have in the Guineas with Blevik, the Derby winner, as his second string.
Who do you prefer at this stage, Blevik or St Covert? It's on next week.
Look, again, it's going to be the run of the race because, like Vo Rogue, St Covert will be up there dictating the race, and Blevik will be the one storming home. Hurricane Sky's in it too, you know.
He is, and he ran a great race yesterday. Now, we'll go to Strategic yesterday, who's the Golden Slipper favourite, but just before Tuscany Flies, he's the best here. We haven't seen Exclusive Halo yet.
He's the fastest here, Tuscany Fly. Sadly, we lost Pittsburgh Phil, who hemorrhaged and had to be put down after collapsing near the winning post. Tuscany Fly is the fastest two-year-old among the Blue Diamond runners here in this state.
Well, Max, let's look at Strategic, and I'm just not so sure. I mean, he looks very impressive, but
what aren't you sure about?
I get very, very confused and a little wary when horses win with their head on their chest. Sometimes when you ask them to go quicker, there's not a lot left. Now, that's Lester Pickett in front, by the way.
Look at him. Doesn't he look sweet there? Look at the hands, look at the poise, look at the balance. There is a master horseman. But in the pink colours down the outside, there is a hell of a good two-year-old. Now, note the way he cruises up in second gear. Now, Bruce, there's no reason for Beedman to belt the daylights out of him. He's just going so well. You see the little peep over the shoulder? Now, note the way he's going to the line. Now, he went to the line quicker, I would say, yesterday over the last 400 metres than any other winner of the day. So I do think that that's an outstanding trial. I take your point about horses being cuddled. Sometimes you let them go, they go into reverse. This horse had scope for improvement. He looks a top-class racehorse. He's a typical slipper horse. He can take up a position, and he's real good.
He's a reigning favourite for the Golden Slipper, and he'd be my pick. Yep, you're right this time, Max.
Look, we've got to leave it there. I'll bet you Mahogany Max beats Cereba in the Lightning Stakes. Do you want to back that? Something on that?
What are you up to? I think you've gone berserk. What has it be? Have you bought the scones back, Keith?
We'll see you next week, Max. Keith, you'll come back.
And after reference to the clowns, Max, don't come down this neck of the woods for a while.
But Bill Morty might promote that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Catch you next week?
Hope so.
Gee, I hope Max joins us too, Keith. We'll take a break. Kate back with the latest scores after this.